Welcome students, welcome to the thermal engineering session. Today we are going to see about the adiabatic process problem. Last class we see about the adiabatic process derivations. So this class we are going to see about adiabatic process on analytical problem. So let me read the question. 1 kg of air at an initial condition of 300 kilopascal and 400 Kelvin expands adiabatically to final condition of 150 kilopascal. Calculate first one work done, second one change in internal energy. Then let us take gamma is equal to 1.4, R value is equal to 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay. So in this problem, what are the given data? Okay. The given data is here we are using air as a gas. And what is our initial condition? This is initial and this is final. What is our initial condition? Initial condition, the pressure P1 will be 300 kilopascal and T1 which is equal to 400 Kelvin. Okay, and the final condition P2 which is equal to 150 kilopascal. And what is the process here? Here it's clearly mentioned it expands adiabatically. Okay, it is an adiabatic expansion process. Okay, what we have to find? To find first one is work done and the second one is change in internal energy and the third one is initial and final volume. And the same time here for air, what is the gamma value? It is 1.4, R which is equal to 0.287, that is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Let us go to the solution part. Before now what we have to check is what is the formula used for work done and how we are going to find the initial and final volume. According to adiabatic expansion process, the formula they are using for finding the work done is, that is change in work done, WD is P1 V1 minus P2 V2 divided by gamma minus 1. So in this question we are having a P1 here and P2 here, and we know that the gamma value V1 and V2 is not available. For that we have to find V1 and V2. Since initially this is in the ideal gas condition, this in initial we use this formula, ideal gas equation, PV is equal to mRT1. Okay, from this we can find the V1. So V1 is equal to mRT1 divided by P1, so which is equal to, and 1 kg they mentioned as, and one more thing they mentioned mass as a m is equal to 1 kg of air. So 1 kg into what is R value? 0.287. Instead of kilo mention 10 to the power 3, that is kilojoule per kg Kelvin, into temperature is, what is the temperature? That is 400 Kelvin, divided by what is the pressure? 300 kilopascal, that is 300 into 10 power 3. Pascal is Newton per meter square. Okay, so 10 power 3 cancel, kg and kg get cancelled, Kelvin and Kelvin gets cancelled. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, what will be the, we have to use the, find the answer. The answer is V1 is equal to 0.382. The numerator here is joule and the denominator here is Newton per meter square. We can rewrite the joule as Newton meter divided by Newton per meter square. Newton can cancel. Again, this by 1 by meter square will come to the numerator, it will be meter cube. So V1 value is equal to 0.382 meter cube. Now we have to find the value of V2. Since the exit condition it attains by adiabatic process, so that we can use this formula, we have to use this formula, that is P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V2 to the power gamma. Okay, bring this, we are going to find V2, so I'll bring the other terms in the other side. So V2 to the power gamma, V2 to the power gamma divided by V1 to the power gamma, which is equal to P2 divided by P1. So bring this V1 here and bring this P2 here, so that we will get P1 divided by P2. Okay. Finally, V2 by V1 the whole to the power gamma is equal to P1 by P2. Now, therefore, V2 by V1 which is equal to P1 by P2, this power gamma becomes 1 by gamma. Now, this implies V2 is equal to, now cross multiply V1, V1 into P1 by P2 to the power 1 by gamma. So V2 which is equal to, what is the V1 value? 0.382 into, what will be the P1 value? 300 kilopascal divided by P2 value is 150 kilopascal to the power 1 by 4. Kilopascal and kilopascal get cancelled. What will be the answer for the V2? It will be the 0.627 meter cube. Okay. Now we found out V1 and V2. Okay. The initial and final volume is we find out. So then we are going to find out the work. This is the work done formula for the adiabatic process, P1 V1 minus P2 V2. So which is equal to 300 kilopascal, that is 300 into 10 power 3 Newton per meter square, okay, into, what is the V1 value? V1 value is 0.382 minus, and the P1 value is, P2 value is 150 into 10 power 3 Newton per meter square into, what will be the V2 value? 0.627 meter cube. Okay, divide by gamma minus 1. Here it is meter cube. What will be the answer? Instead of gamma, substitute 1.4 minus 1. So finally we will get 51375 joule. 51375 joule. Before joule, what is the unit here? That is Newton per meter square into meter cube. This is the answer. So meter square and meter cube get cancelled. Finally, you get Newton meter. This will get joule. That is 51375 joule. We can rewrite as 51.375 kilojoule. This is the work done. And next, what about the change in internal energy? That is delta U. We know that according to first law of thermodynamics, del dq is equal to dw plus delta U. In adiabatic process, since we are going through adiabatic process, so in adiabatic process, change in heat transfer will be 0. Since there is no heat transfer between the system and the surrounding, the Q value will be 0. So dq will be 0. Therefore, dw is equal to, it means 0 is equal to dw plus du. Therefore, dw is equal to minus du, or du is equal to minus dw. Therefore, what will be the answer of du? du which is equal to minus of 51.375 kilojoule. Why this negative sign? It comes, this negative sign indicates in the adiabatic process the work done is happening due to the due to the decrease in internal energy. Okay, because of the change in internal energy, the work done is happen. For that reason only the negative sign indicates. So we will find out the work done, change in internal energy, initial and final volume. Thank you, students.